Hi Cravers, welcome to another episode on the Cravepod. My name is Dimeji, your host. And on this episode here, our topic with two beautiful women beside me. Let me put her for my right to introduce them here. Fine girl, look at me now. You guys, this is Yanolua. She's a content creator. She's a PR person and influencer, just basically in digital space, and she's like top class in Abeokuta. If you are familiar with TikTok, if you see Yanolua / content creator, she's the one. And by my left, I have Ariola. Ariola is a content strategist, right?
Yeah.
Agree with me now?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, now she's a content strategist and a creative also in the land of Abeokuta. So you guys, we're here on this episode to demystify or talk about the topic of networking. I term this topic networking fine line, right? Basically the software art of networking and why it's important to us as creatives. You're a creative, I'm somewhat a creative, you're a creative also. So yeah, I feel like we could talk about this topic to help people that are like us or in our niche or in whatever category we might find ourselves in to be able to network properly. And it's quite a very, very alarming and important topic, right? Do you agree with me?
Of course I do.
So basically, so if you're a tech brain yaba, if you're a content creator in Abeokuta, if you're a salesperson in Lagos, if you're an hairdresser in Ibadan, wherever you might be watching this episode here, this is for you. So let's continue on this episode on the Cravepod. Arela, what's up now? How's it going?
Hi.
You look very
Good.
nice.
You too.
I like the wig and the
Thank you.
the white thing. Yeah, and what's up now? You have a very, very natural smile.
Thank
That's like
you.
you chop on your TikTok and yeah, and I
Thank
did go
you.
there. So quickly, let me ask you a very, very important question here. Do you feel networking is quite important?
Of course,
Yeah.
definitely.
The word networking, do you think it's important? How important do you think it is, Arela?
I think it's very important. Like,
Waiting be that networking. Give me a very, very simple line to explain networking. Make it as very relatable as possible.
personally, I think networking is how you grow. Like, if you don't network, I don't think you grow as a creative.
What about you, Jan?
Okay. Networking is the relationships you build.
Yeah, I feel like it's like the way you live your daily life.
Yeah, and
If you bring it to that aspect here, the way you live your daily life, the way you interact with every single person you meet every single day, the way you act towards people every single day. When you wake up in the morning, the first person you see, how you greet them, how you relate to them, it can be time networking. You understand? So I honestly feel like it's a very much important topic. And if you guys agree with me, then you can go ahead to break it down very well to the viewers. Are you down?
yes.
Yeah.
Do you want to say something?
Yeah, that's about
So when you hear
it.
the word networking, what comes to your mind? Are you excited or you're stressed? Because there's this stress that comes with it.
I think
actually.
it's mixed feelings for me.
Why?
Because, like, it's in the middle. If you network too much, you might, like, be, like, too much for people.
Why do you think you are too much for people?
No, you know this thing that they say, oh, when you're like all over someone or you're trying to like get to know this person as a creative.
Networking is not getting to know someone.
Networking can be that.
I don't feel if you are maybe all over someone here and you're doing and you don't reach extent, maybe say you're all over this person.
That's
Well,
like farmsing.
You don't there's a fine line between it.
Yes, there is. But at the same time, some creatives don't even want you to network with them in the first place. So like they already like think that you're trying to farms them.
I would ask you if you've had a
Personal.
yeah, I'm gonna ask you that one later.
Yeah,
What
I
about
do.
you? Do you think is when you hear the word networking, do you think it comes as stress or you're excited when you hear
For
networking?
me, it doesn't come as stress. It's can I say it's exciting? I don't know, but one thing I've learned as a creative is that networking is a very important aspect in this very creative industry because the creative industry itself thrives on networking. If you don't network, if you are not someone that sees networking as important, I don't think you can thrive.
But when do you
in
think
the
someone sees
industry.
that stress?
Mhm.
Well, it is stress when you really do not have anything to offer because for networking should not be transactional. It should not be overly transactional. It can be transactional, it can be mutual, but it shouldn't be overly transactional. It can just be as a person, do you know that you can network up and you can network down? Most people,
Oh yeah, they like that concept. Networking up and networking down.
yes,
Yeah.
most people want to network up and just few people network down.
Those
So-
people that network down, is it by mistake or
It's not by
They
mistake.
choose to network down.
They choose to network down, and at
It is deep
times,
down. It
at
is deep
times,
down.
at times, it's very important. The down means that, you know, in the creative industry, we look at our reach, we look at our, how do I put it, our line of work, our niche, and all. So if as a creative, people, because whether we like it or not, our social media audience, our social media followers, they count to an extent. So when it comes to networking, if as a person I have like 2,000 followers and I want to network with someone that has maybe 100,000 followers, it's like networking up. That's what I mean by networking up.
So give me an example of networking down.
Networking down. So someone with 2,000 followers networking with someone that has 100 followers.
Really?
Why? When does that?
Like,
when does that
how's it
apply?
down?
When does that apply?
It is down.
And
Because
I'm asking, when does that apply? Why does the person that has 2,000 followers need the one that has 100 followers?
that's where the overly transactional thing comes in. Because for those that have 100 followers, depending on the kind of things you put out to the person that has 2,000 followers, because when you want to network, part of networking is also exposing yourself to collaboration. So when you decide to collaborate, so someone with 100 followers and someone with 2,000 followers, if peradventure a collaboration wants to occur, the person with 2,000 followers is kind of like networking down. Do you get?
And the one with 100 followers is networking up. So let me give you, based on what you said also here, and you agree with me that, so the one with 2,000 followers, when you call link up person, you get 100k followers, right? So that 100k followers person
100
is
followers.
the 100 no, that's one for networking down.
Okay.
When she's networking up, right? And the one of 2k followers link up with someone of 100,000 followers, right? So that means the one of 100,000 followers is networking down to the one of 2,000 followers, right? So I feel like in this same thing also, you will still agree with me that the one up and the one down, the one in the middle, they all have something to offer.
Yes, that's it. That's
Even the one that
very
are networking-
important thing.
Yeah.
You need to have something to offer.
Even the one that are networking down, the reason why you are stretching your hand to go down from whatever position you are in is because that person with 100 followers really has something you need. If you with 2,000, let's say 2,000, the followers now like a currency, like social media currency, right? Like, okay, fine. If you get 2,000 followers, no one will BOG. Person will get 100 followers, no matter. Do you understand? So, ways you go make person that has 2,000 followers talking to you that has 100 followers in trying to bring up a collab is either because you guys know each other on a personal level, or the person with 100 followers has something to really offer that that one of 2,000 followers doesn't have. Do you understand? So I feel like you still always have to have something to offer, right? So whether you're networking up or down, you have to have something to offer. I think that's established.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, fine. So I really may ask you this question here. Do you think confidence is an important skill in networking?
Oh yeah, I do personally, especially when you go to events and all of that.
Confidence.
Yeah, if you're not like confident, if you don't have like something tangible to say or how to like sell yourself, I feel like you have to be confident to sell
You know,
yourself
some
properly.
people they know what they are doing. They could be very, very good in whatever craft they're doing.
And
But you see that confidence of having to have a conversation with someone
yes,
on face to face, na error.
yes.
They
Like
will run away
I've
from
been in
it.
situations like that where
Are you a
like
shy person?
I don't know, I can be shy and not shy.
If you cannot pick a point,
I
feel like
think I'm nervous. Like I'm an anxious person before something happens. Like
What about
already
you?
like
You think you're shy?
I'm not sure.
Ah, sure. You see that she facing. She looking to that. Now me say I'm shy. I say why you looking like that? Yeah, now it's going. But you feel like being confident is a very, very important
yes,
skill.
if you're confident, you can sell yourself. Like you can say anything. You can come up with something and go and confront anybody,
I
or
don't-
like go and meet someone and stuff. But if you're shy,
Do you agree?
I feel like you have to calculate. Like you have to like
Let me paint you a scenario. Imagine someone that doesn't have as much knowledge upstairs here. Usually, in the words of wisdom, the empty barrel makes the loudest noise, right? So let's imagine like in this gathering, for example, now, what two of us are meeting, for example, or maybe like in a interview room, two of us like seated like this. Three creatives, we know whatever is in our head. Now we know what's in our head. Do you understand? Then Ianu comes off as the confident person. I'm not shy person. Then she just starts talking. You guys, you know that I'm a clinical, I'm a content creator, I'm a this and this, I'm a clinical, I'm a PR person and blah blah blah. She's networking, she's selling herself. Quite alright. I'm not talking maybe because I'm not as confident as her, right?
Actually,
Maybe you probably feel like you could even be confident here, but you probably just like, why I got stuck? Because it's probably not necessary. Do you understand? The words of wisdom saying that, guys, they talk when they never ask you
yeah.
now. But you've come up as the confidence person. As a confident person, you're talking. I'm not talking. You are just looking like, why this one they talk? Why this one not talking? Do you understand? So would you think has better chances of networking there?
To be honest, the confident person.
The one that started talking at the
Yes,
beginning.
because have you noticed that even content creators, like, they do very well when they know how to like sell something. Like, I'm going to give an example of Victoria. I don't know if you guys know her on Instagram. One thing I admire her for is her storytelling.
Who's that? Where's her page?
Her name is Victoria, but I don't know,
You know
her.
her?
Yes. She's
Crazy.
a popular creator, and one thing I really admire her for is how like she's able to like tell stories and stuff. Like how she's able to like put
Do
it
you
out
think
to.
if she's telling story, doesn't mean she's confident? If you're online, you need to show your confidence. So.
You know what?
Are you?
If you're online, you can't tell if you're confident or not. Too. Now, content too. Don't think.
Do you think so as a content creator? I think there are people that actually have things to offer.
Yeah, but I'm
they
saying
can't
that,
like put something else.
I'm
because
saying
they're
that
shy.
if you are seeing the videos online and you're judging from the video, you can't judge from the video this one is confident or not.
Do you know that
Yes, yeah.
for you to say someone is confident, then there was something backing that person up? Maybe the value the person has to offer, or the kind of experiences the person has had or acquired.
So you can't be confident without having something upstairs. You're just confident in rubbish. That's why I feel
you're
like
you're just lousy.
Just lousy. Exactly. That's the scenario I give. Like, three of us are standing like this. There's no reason for us to talk yet. No one has asked us question. She don't call and say, hey, you guys, can you call? This and this. Left to me, I'm looking like, I'm really giving side like, okay, who ask you, calm. You're confident, that's to you. But in a proper networking term, yeah, in someone that is looking to gain a long-term relationship with wherever gathering you are in here, I would say that you should not talk when you're asked, until you're asked, until there's a reason for you to talk.
But in my opinion, you can be confident and not lousy.
You're confident like you have something to offer.
Do you know that the confidence comes, like you see people's, or you experience people's confidence when they ask questions, because you can't just get to a place and open your mouth and say, we are no.
You don't nobody asks you. You don't jump.
I feel like you guys are mixing being too forward and being confident.
No, that is because you said in that scenario that I painted here, the person that spoke first, the confident one that spoke first when both of us were still quiet, right, has better chances of networking. So
what if the person is not saying rubbish? What if the person knows what
she did say rubbish in this case? So.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to paint. Like, that's what I'm trying to
imagine. I'm saying that if you were in that situation, whatever situation you are in, that's why I say that if in a proper networking time, how to network the healthy way, right? I feel like you are not supposed to talk until you're asked, until there's a reason for you to talk. Even if three of us are silent here, right? In the normal healthy networking way, I should not say a word until three of us, until I'm probably asked, hi, so, what do you do? Do you understand? Then I can now pitch myself to you. So who
starts the conversation?
Maybe the confident person then.
Of course.
Or maybe whatever is, but not starting the question and saying, can you go, I mean this and this, I mean this and this.
Then that means the person is too forward.
You don't exactly. Do you understand that?
I'm putting a scenario where they're confident people. One thing I really admire confident people about is they're able to start conversations. And my point is, you can be confident and not lousy. Like, you can be confident and know what you're saying. Like, personally for me, if I'm in like this scenario, I wouldn't talk first. And it's not because I don't want to talk first. It's because I'm anxious. But like, a confident person might actually like be the one to like say, oh, hi, how are you doing? What do you do? This is what I do. And then like, I'm gingered to talk to. So that's what I mean by being confident in scenarios like that.
I agree.
I don't know if you get me.
I agree. Confident people are good people to have conversations with.
Yes, they're very good people to have conversations with.
But there's really a fine line between being confident and being lousy. A overly confident person can easily be passed for a boastful person.
A boastful person, exactly. You don't do too much. Everybody says go to look you like that. Oh God, come wait till you do. Now you just talk.
The kind of person I am, I know how to talk. I talk a lot, but when asked, if you do not ask me,
you're not going to say anything.
You are not going to hear anything.
And I promise you, that singular act, if you were in a a proper guy, you have more high regard than someone that just comes off as the somewhat confident person that just who asked you? Okay,
Yeah.
calm.
So I think at the end of the day, we should agree that there's a fine line between being confident and being overly confident. Is that
I would, yeah, actually, yeah. And I feel like even if you're still confident, yeah, you have to be confident the right way.
yeah.
If you are confident, also fine. No, everyone knows that you're not shy. Confidence basically just means that airing whatever opinion you have without external threat or something making you feel
Some type of way.
exactly. You are airing whatever you have. A confident person might not necessarily have to talk every single time. It just means that when they have to talk, they're going to face you and tell you however you feel. Do you understand? So if you are saying confident or maybe lousy or something, yeah, whether you are lousy, it shows you are lousy. Because even if you are confident, it doesn't mean having to jump first and kickstart the conversation and be shouting when no one asks you a message. You are still a lousy person. It doesn't mean you are confident.
You notice that sometimes when you react, what actually comes out from your mouth is not what's supposed to come out from your mouth. Like, I'll just say that sometimes being shy, there's like a downside to it because you're not able to sell yourself properly. Like, there are some things that I personally can do in some situations, and just because I'm shy or I don't know how to come and say, oh, I can actually create content this way or I can edit this way. Like, in my mind, I'm dying to say that, or I can say it.
So let's talk about healthy networking. What do you think is healthy networking? How do you think is like the healthy way to network? How do you think is the proper way to network? What's the whole networking thing that fine, it's necessary, it's important, in whatever thing you have to do as creatives here is like your framework to getting as top as possible here. How do you think is the healthy way to network? Alright, do you want to start?
Yes, you want to start?
Yeah, I start. She agreed to start, so let her start.
So for healthy networking, one thing I want us to
Us no.
Us.
Now us. Tell us.
I should go on.
Yeah, no.
Why am I talking as if I'm addressing a lot of people?
Now crowd. Now also with the crowd. Yeah.
So one thing I want people to understand is that when it comes to networking, you should not be selfish. It should not just be. It should not just be for selfish reasons.
How can you be selfish when you're networking?
Okay.
I don't understand how you
can be. For networking, because one part of networking is collaboration. You know, I already mentioned that earlier. So you want to collaborate with someone, and after all has been said, everything has been discussed, at the end of the day, you are the only one benefiting. The other person isn't benefiting. That is not healthy.
You get one brand like that. You get one brand, look on my head now, bro. Let's go on.
You are the only person, the one who brings the proposal is the only one benefiting. No, it shouldn't be like that.
And you will use the other people like say
I'm telling you.
That brand, I just remember again, that brand. But okay.
It's not healthy. That kind of networking is not healthy.
You're not healthy.
Because when after the first one, you know, the way the first collaboration will end will determine if there will be future collaborations or if the relationship will be maintained. Because I've had clients that we worked together until now, they still call me for jobs. That's because, okay, the first time we worked together, everything was great, and you know, we had no issues. Everyone benefited.
Yeah,
I did my part. They got their conversion and all. 50-50.
That's what it does be actually.
That's how it's supposed to be. You should not now be like 0-100.
Sorry. Let me come in there. Do you think that if there's a networking that both parties are not gaining equally? No, they could gain. Normal. But when you weigh whatever each party is getting, it has to be ready to see the other person. Just, even if you are doing so, you are fine. You one of 10,000 followers and me of 200 followers. Whatever me I'm getting from you, it still has to be related to whatever you're getting from me. Do you understand? So if you think that, do you feel that if you are getting less than what the other person is getting, do you think it's networking there? Or you don't enter cheating? Or using?
Deep question.
How do I put it? It depends on the perspective of the other person. Because
I'm putting it to you.
To me.
Yeah. Imagine me and you now. me and you want to do a content about maybe a food restaurant, a food place in Abeokuta now. We could use Royal Mandarin for example. We want to go to Royal Mandarin tomorrow, later this evening, and make a shoot there. This and this, they invited you and you want to bring me along. Do you understand? And maybe me that goes there now, I'm gaining the exposure on my page. I'm gaining free food and they pay my transport fare, they come. Do you understand? You on the other side are gaining the exposure of doing Mandarin. You are shooting also, you're eating the free food too, and you're paying for my cab. Do you understand? In that situation now, I feel like it's very relative because even if you pay 20,000 naira for my cab, I feel like if you are going to pay for my cab, they are worth to pay for my cab. Do you understand? So it's not something that you won't write check for me to pay for the cab. So it's still relative. And if you are bringing me on, that means you're the higher person, then me is the networking down person. Do you understand? So it's still very, very relative now. So imagine you go say, the way Jaffa, they come Mandarin today, we get shoes, bring your camera, bring your lights, this and this, and you get cab, you just can't pull up this and there. You can't come. You can't say maybe we stand for front, maybe they chop behind like this.
And you're filming now.
I'm filming you with all my light and everything I brought in my car and everything. You just the chop. You can't finish chop because Church about Salamu will go out. You see that if you call me next time,
And that's why I mentioned earlier. It should not be selfish.
It's not be selfish, okay, fine.
Your networking should not be selfish.
But at that point, don't you think that me I gained something too?
Did you?
Well, it depends.
I gained the exposure of shooting Maya Mandarin now.
It depends. That's why I said it depends on the person's perspective, because normally you would not accept something that doesn't pay you or something you're not gaining from.
If you don't know, they feel want you.
I feel like at a point as a creative, you start knowing things that I shouldn't accept this kind of thing.
Before you know that thing, your eye will not see when.
It's true, sharp. Yeah.
You know how many people have had so many situations or so many experiences about the somewhat higher person in their niche or in their food chain of whatever career they're pursuing. You go chop their eye because they are feeling like, okay, fine. Imagine maybe, for example, I get same you text me, okay, fine. And this, I've seen that you don't food videos. Pull up our Mandarin and let's do. I'm feeling like, Yanoba content creator has invited me. Oh yeah, normal like this. Everything not solved for me. Do you understand? I'm having the exposure. I'm having someone to do someone higher than me. Do you understand? I opt for it. I don't carry my gadgets reach there. Normal, which I felt like normal thing is supposed to solve for you. Then we reach there, we see, only you got the chop. I don't carry camera, I don't carry light, I don't carry microphone. Because only you got the chop. Do you understand? In that kind of situation, I didn't know that you go run me straight. Do you understand? But I've reached there. I've seen that me myself are no small. But you don't carry me. You don't small me. Say, you stand behind, say, make me at the chop. You are camera. Do you understand? See, in that kind of situation now, who networked or who lost? Do you think I also had a taste out of the cake of networking or what?
You know, even when things go haywire, if you are, how do I put it? If you are maybe smart enough, you can get the best from it.
See, that was really what I was waiting for you to say. Is that in every situation you find yourself here, if you really have, that's what I said, everybody has something to gain relative to the other person. Do you understand? If maybe me, for example, now the same scenario now, I don't come there, I don't see, so you're fine. Relative to you, I might not have gained as much thing if you look at it from your own angle. But me, I'm looking at, for me to get invited by Yanodua content creator, do you understand? I felt like I've made a very big step. If I come back to my space, for example, I want my guy, now this girl for TikTok, like she invites me come, when that girl, she big girl, she can't go Moya Mandarin, this and this, we met with manager, we met this, we met with this. I really have nothing to lose at that time because I was in a place that I've not met with these people before, prior to your call. So if you called me and said, this guy, pull up, it was because of your singular call that made me link with the manager of Mandarin, that made me see how a food video was shot, that made me see how you shot and edited the video, how you did the whole content, that made me probably see how you shot a food commercial with Mandarin. Do you understand? If I've been opportunity to be among that team, I honestly feel like you really tried.
And it shouldn't even stop there. You can pick something up, post it online. Okay, I was there when this happened. I directed this, I directed that.
If you reach there now, you see that this person doesn't make a shoot behind camera, you don't stay, you don't lose your brain, you don't mess up already. You see there eventually now you said don't fuck up. Remember I spoke about whether the one at the top of the chain, in the middle or the below, you always have to have something to offer.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So if you are networking the healthy way now, right? And you say, okay, fine, you don't chop your eye normal, you don't come, you don't see me you handle camera with light and everything, you're not on set, you are behind camera, right? you feel bad. You feel like this person is not rating you. But in reality, probably because you've not reached that level. So for you, what you should do in that situation now is now make the best use of whatever you have there. Do you understand? If maybe you are done with the whole shoot, say the best is say contact say, oh yeah, the major, yeah, bye bye, I call the go. She don't give you money. Whatever countenance she read there or something would actually determine if you're going to come back for more. If you should call me again, so yeah, we have another shoot at Tabama this time, pull up. Determine if I'm going to go or not. But if maybe I've gained something from whatever experience we had at that man arena, I've shot maybe a 10-second vlog for myself or a 1 minute vlog. I've told my guy this and that. When I met this, I met this. Then even those people I met on the set there, the manager for Mandarin, the other person videoing with me, the security at the place, even as much people, even the other person on the set with you, I've spoken to them, I've pitched myself to them, and this is what I do, this is what I do, this is what I do. Do you understand? You've made the best use of whatever scenario you found yourself. So even if you are going home and you didn't get this money for the transport, maybe you didn't also get to be on set, but I've gained experience. I've gained a whole lot of things by just coming, making myself available from the call you placed to me. So looking on the brighter side, I feel like you actually made the best use of whatever you came to do there. It was not just how you saw it. It was not really what you expected that you just got. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So Arena, how do you think is like a healthy way to network? Give me a scenario.
So personally for me, I think it's being authentic. I'd like how state a scenario. Like being human. I was in like a situation where somebody actually offered like the opportunity to, network with me and all of that. And the person is quite like a big person. And and the one place I fucked up was I went to ChatGPT to get content ideas. Like, this thing where like before I started learning how to use like good prompts and actually tell ChatGPT that this is what you should do, this is how I want this to be, and all of that. I remember when I started using ChatGPT, I would just tell it that, oh, I want this, and it's to give me this. And I didn't know that I was supposed to actually tell ChatGPT I was supposed to actually use prompts on ChatGPT and then direct it to me being human. Do you get? So I sent in the whole draft or something from ChatGPT, and the person
copy and paste.
not even copy and paste. The idea was absurd. Like it was not feasible, and
it was not realistic.
Yes, it was not realistic.
And you don't to say you don't deliver assignments.
I thought that I've done something so great. Like you need to see the idea. It was a thing where like this creator like is very good on YouTube and is a very big person on YouTube, and the person told me that as a video creator and stuff, like what would I like to do if I want to even network? And I'd actually sent a message to the person earlier, not knowing that the person was going to reply my own message. So when she replied, I ran back to ChatGPT to like just tell me what to do. Now this person is a big creator, and I sent it to the person, and I promise you, the person opened the message until today. Didn't reply.
That's sad. Who's the person?
I can't say the
You can say it now.
No. I don't think I want to say the
You don't
person.
think they could watch
Privacy.
they could watch this episode and
No. I think
Privacy.
private. Yeah, I don't think I want to mention the person.
Whoever is the person, if you have seen her,
Yes.
she has
She made a mistake.
I made a very
and she knows the proper way
She
to
has
network
learned-
now.
She has learned that
Exactly.
lesson.
So you be at loss if you don't actually reply the message now.
The person ghosted me. Like it was so not
That
feasible.
ghosting, you sleep.
Like
God.
it was so not feasible, and I just had to learn from the situation. When I was talking to like my boss, like in this niche and stuff, and then the person was telling me that one thing about networking is you have to like be an human being. Like you have to like be authentic. You have to like you know what you want to do. You have something that you are willing to get from this person, and there's something you have to
Let me give you a trick.
offer.
Let me give you a trick, right? Let me give you a trick is that if you are trying to pitch yourself to someone online, right? If your most convenient way of pitching yourself is audio, right? I think it's best you let them know. It makes it easier and it saves both of you the stress.
But in this case,
Even if it's on Instagram or LinkedIn or wherever, even on mail, right? You can be authentic and request for a voice call
or something.
or request to use a voice note. You also don't just send voice note to someone.
Yes, that's what I wanted to say.
You don't just send voice notes. Why are you sending voice notes? You understand?
As a creative,
Why
yeah,
you-
one thing I just like,
Where you come from?
you
why
have to learn like a lot of things to like know that, oh, this
That's
is
why
not
the
how.
crave pod is
Yes,
here.
like you have to learn a lot of things. Like
Even-
this is not
even
how it works.
Networking comes in from
That's-
learning
yes.
because from networking you get mentors.
Yes, and you get to like
mentorship.
see that, oh, this is
Mhm.
not how this thing is done. When the person ghosted me, my
You go
eyes
learn.
literally
You go learn.
cleared.
You go-
Like I was waiting for the message.
You were waiting
back.
and you saw the old red say he has
See,
read it.
like if I show you the DM, the idea was all solid and good. Like I said, we should go
But
to
why did you reply?
Makoko and go and shoot.
Why
And
did you reply?
it was obviously
Do you
ChatGPT.
think a human being will really just spot ChatGPT's edits straight up?
To be honest, I think
I will
so.
spot.
You spot?
Yes,
Especially when
like,
it comes to this
yes,
creative industry.
yes, you
You
will.
spot how?
In
Content
fact,
ideas.
if you
How?
send scripts to content people, or if you send scripts to people that are your clients and all
Mhm.
of that, if you're not very careful,
That's what I'm saying. If you're not very,
if you're not
but
very careful,
there are
That's
some-
where authenticity
yes,
comes in.
that's
You
what I'm
just have
trying
to be
to say.
authentic.
You have
But
to
If
be
you're not
authentic one
authentic,
way or
there's
the
a way
other.
I know. Because even me myself,
Yes.
I don't rely.
Detective.
I don't see AI is all good and beautiful.
Yes.
But at some point you need to just sit down.
Yes.
Okay, AI doesn't know my audience.
Yes,
AI doesn't
exactly.
know me. Let me just sit down and
Exactly.
see what I'm comfortable creating.
Exactly.
Let me sit down and see what my audience
Mhm,
wants to see.
mhm, yeah.
That's where
Like, I
authenticity,
totally
authenticity
agree.
comes in.
You have to be authentic one way or the other. You need to know that if you meet someone, or if you're in a situation where like you meet someone that you've always admired, you have to know what you want to offer to the person. If it's just a thing where like there's one sweet idea coming to your head and it's kind of not feasible, like it's not something that if they call you up to come and pitch now, you can actually like say that this is what I can do. I don't think
This conversation, if we continue like this, go reach tomorrow
To
morning.
be
'Cause
honest-
I want to say something now, and if I say it, I'm
say
telling
it
you,
now.
you would change the whole directive again.
Say
now,
it.
because that your whole ChatGPT
Thing.
thing here,
Mm.
I feel like it still boils down to a personal level. Because if you say if you use ChatGPT, you're not being authentic or you're not being original. Because that's what you say, that you have to be authentic. That's why you should not use ChatGPT.
I'm not saying you shouldn't use ChatGPT.
But you said,
I'm saying if you're going to use ChatGPT, be authentic with it. Do you
how can
know?
you be authentic?
That's
like AI?
where prompts come
Yes, that's where
in.
prompts comes
So that means
in.
you just sabi use the prompt as the other person. It doesn't mean you're
See,
still authentic.
Prompt is
Mm.
you giving ChatGPT extra information about yourself,
Yes.
about what you do.
And then it's just like something written properly,
It's
basically.
that means either you use the prompt good or use the prompt bad, or use the prompt medium or intermediately. So you must still get things from ChatGPT.
no, calm
So
down.
do you think that's authentic?
Getting
Somehow it's
content ideas from ChatGPT, I don't do it. But for those that do it, you can actually be authentic in a way using ChatGPT,
Yeah.
because when you get those ideas, you check to see if it really matches
your
your kind of.
person. Do you get? So the mistakes creators make, or the mistakes I have made as regards to ChatGPT, is I will just go to ChatGPT and tell it to give me a content idea. ChatGPT doesn't understand my personality. Literally, like it doesn't understand if I'm a quiet person or if I'm a confident person.
Doesn't even
or
know the
if
kind
it
of
doesn't even know
audience
the
you
kind of
have.
audience
You
I
have.
have. Like if I'm
Oh,
creating
boy.
educative content, ChatGPT doesn't actually understand that about me. So now prompt comes in where like I actually check ChatGPT that this is my kind of audience, this is what I'm hoping or aiming to achieve, and this is what I need you to.
I think as
you get?
you've broken it down like that, I understand that
Yeah.
you just have to be authentic, right?
Yeah.
So I really ask you the same question also here. How do you think is a proper way to network offline? No, online. Give me online. You do offline for me. Then we could just
Me?
round it up.
Online, one thing I believe in is offering value, in the sense that, let me give like a scenario or an example. If I was someone that was looking for maybe a content creator or something, and I personally want somebody that tells story in a particular kind of way, I need to go through the person's page. I need to see how the person tells his or her stories and all of that. I need to
No, sorry. Break it down. Let's assume that the person you are watching their story and everything falls into ticks all your boxes. Then
Okay.
you're trying to reach out to network,
Mm.
whether because you need your help right now or to just create that relationship for a later help
Mhm.
or a later collab or something. Do you understand? Could you like give me a proper way to network. How you feel is a healthy way to network with someone online?
I personally would reach out to the person.
Okay,
Like,
let's hear how the conversation will
like
go.
I would reach out to somebody that
How do you reach out?
and so and
You know, there's there's a difference between conversation starters. There's a difference between hi, hey, hello.
no, you don't do that, of
Which
course.
do you use?
Okay, so I can start with hello, Ariola, this and that. This is what I actually do, and I admire you for this and that and all of that. And I was wondering if you're open to collaborating or something.
Do you fuck with that?
I think
Hello. This and this. Hello.
I think I've done that and it worked
It
for
worked
me.
for you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, can I buttress
Yes.
that? So, what I tell people is before you do this, it's okay to do this at first, but before you go ahead to do this, for someone because you cannot just wake up one day and say, oh, I think I like this person.
Oh no.
I want to network with this person. No, you must have been watching this person's videos
of
and
course.
all. So, for your messages or for your conversations to get
count.
noticed,
You need to-
you need to actually, maybe the person posts a video, you drop meaningful
Yes.
comments so you can be noticed.
Yeah.
You know, people go through their comment section. You might not just know. I go through my comment section and I always strive to attend to all the comments.
And I look forward to comments that's like
You
that's
drop
how-
meaningful comments.
Yes.
And
Let me-
so when you go into the person's DM, your username doesn't look strange because the person has been seeing your comments.
And that was what helps me with the person that ghosted me, actually. Like, I already admired the person. So I used to always, like, drop comments
You
on this
engage,
person.
you interact
I
with
used
the
to always...
person's content.
No, like, the people that you admire in the creative industry, to be honest. So I used to always, like, drop comments.
Well, how
used
does
to
this is a different
engage
question. Let me ask this question.
and all of that. And when I sent in the message, the person actually replied me. The only way I fucked up was by not being
that
authentic.
actually helps for online.
Yes,
Because
for online.
for me, I don't reply to... Okay, I reply to most messages because if you don't follow me, you don't engage in my videos, and you just come into my DM
Randomly.
and say, oh, you need something from me, I will not take you serious. You come into my DM to tell me, oh, I've been admiring you, I love your content.
But there's no follow.
I would,
Yes.
but there's nothing like...
There's no follow. You have not seen like before.
You have not followed me. You have not interacted.
And
You have
you've
not
not
dropped a
engaged
single...
nothing.
You have
boy.
not dropped a single comment
That's why, like,
on
you
my...
identify a user.
Even
like,
if it's love emoji, you have not dropped it before on any of my content. You now come into my
yes,
page
I wouldn't
and you're
reply to
telling
that
me
too.
you love my content. You would
Scam.
want a collaboration.
exactly.
That's
So,
like the last straw.
So
Because
if,
I will not take you serious.
if it doesn't work for Yanolua, then do you think this same line of thought applies to as high as Jazzy?
Of course.
It applies to him too. But you know this comment thing you're saying, you can't go through 1 million comments or maybe 1,000 comments, for example.
Do you
can't
know
scroll
that?
through.
I know it applies to most people, but
And
for
take
people
note that
of
most of those people also they have social media managers.
yeah.
for people of
True.
Don Jazzy's caliber, that's where networking comes in.
And-
Because you cannot wake
No.
up and say you want to meet
Even
Don Jazzy.
Jazzy himself has said so many times that he has known people just by meeting them, just by watching their videos online.
That's when
I think that's
put
where
yourself
offering value
out
comes
there.
in by putting yourself out
Yeah,
there.
you put yourself out there
Yeah.
so you can get noticed by putting yourself
How do
out
you put
there.
yourself out there? Do you think it's just be posting?
No, post meaningfully.
Yes, there's how
post
like
with-
strategic posting.
Yes, and positioning.
Like
Strategic
if you're going to be
positioning.
in a particular industry, there's how you should actually put yourself out. If
You
you're going
don't
to
just
be
post for posting
Yes,
sake.
you don't
need
just
to
do that.
position yourself. Because actually when I started creating content, I started with nursing content.
Nursing?
Yes.
What
I
kind of
started,
content were nursing content?
giving a nursing student tips on how to study,
So
how
you used
to
to do
pass
like
exam.
vlogs or
Yes, I
you
do.
used to give students nursing how to pass exam.
Yes, no.
You be lecturer. Why you doing
I'm
this?
not the lecturer, but I've had the experience. So it's just like sharing my experience. Like when I sat for my nursing council, a lot of people would always come to my
You pass,
DM.
you pass very well.
I passed the first season.
Nah, you.
So it's not really a big deal. But
True.
when it comes to nursing council, it's actually a big deal. If you pass nursing council, it's not a small feat. It's not small at all. So they come to my DM, I know you have written nursing council. How did you do it? What did you read? So I just started to, rather than just replying to everybody, saying the same thing all over again, I'll just make videos about it.
But that
Okay,
was
this is
because
what
you
I
already
did.
had people requesting about it, right?
There were times that, okay, nobody had to request for it, but you would know, because when it comes to researching content ideas, you would know that, okay, this kind of content, people might relate to it. So that's where relatable contents come in.
And that's where like research comes in.
So you make relatable videos. So there was a video that's currently pinned on my Instagram. It's like the highest view
What's the
I've
highest view
had.
you gotten?
325 on Instagram.
On TikTok.
On TikTok, I can't remember.
You just see a white number.
I can't remember.
You don't want to give us a number. Why are you saying that? Yeah, give us a number.
I really can't remember.
Give us the highest you think you
I'm
made.
not all about virality.
Yeah, give me the highest you think you made. You must give us a number.
I really do not know. I'm serious.
Okay, no problem.
I really do not. But for Instagram, I know that one for sure. Because this one is currently pinned on my page. When I posted that video,
Yes, check out that page. What's your page?
Iyanoluwa, content creator on TikTok. Instagram is Iyanoluwa Daily. Iyanoluwa, then
Iyanoluwa Daily.
_ Daily. My name is Oladili Iyanoluwa. So Iyanoluwa _ Daily. That's my
Yes.
Instagram.
Check it
So
out.
when I made that video, even while I was making the video on the word, people thought it was, people didn't know I was making videos, because the video was all about hierarchy in nursing, always bowing to greet your nursing
People.
superiors and all, because
Nah, military.
it's something, I'm serious, it's like court, it's something they take
guys
really
be-
serious. See, if they enter 10 times, you will bow 10 times, you stand up and
Wow.
bow 10
See that
times.
military, that's
So
it.
I knew that kind of content was going to be relatable. Nobody requested for it. I made the content and I posted it. Even on TikTok and Instagram, it blew everywhere.
There's so many nurses that wanted.
I'm
needed
telling
things
you.
like that.
Even
It's,
people
like,
from
so
Ghana
relatable.
could relate that, oh, they do this in Nigeria too.
I've never
they,
heard of you
They,
before.
they
Me
do this,
too.
I'm
they
just
do
saying
this
that
in...
nurses used to bow.
Nurses in the UK were saying that, oh, this doesn't count as anything. You just greet them, you relate to them. You don't have to
Nigeria
bow.
will
You don't have
change
to. I
everything,
think it's a thing with African
culture
countries.
thing,
So that's
Okay,
just
fine.
one thing
I
about
understand.
relatable content.
I understand, but I still have one more question for you here. You talked about like a proper way to network offline. What do you think is a proper way to network offline?
Okay, for
The same way she gave us like the way she would arrange a conversation here from hey blah blah blah, I admire you, can you call? Imagine I bumped into you face to face and maybe I've always watched your videos online. I know you, like this person's online, but you don't know me, I don't follow you. I've dropped a like on your page, but I could just tell you that hi, your face looks very familiar. I've seen you before on TikTok. Do you understand? How would you network? How would you build a tangible relationship with someone on the spot right there?
okay, so I want to establish the fact that you can network anywhere, in a restaurant, in the ghetto, anywhere at all.
With your canal dealer self. If you network
You
with
can
her.
network anywhere at all. So for offline networking, since it's someone you haven't seen and you've always admired from afar, you can just start with, oh, there was this video. Hello, I'm Iyanoluwa. I really admire your content. I love your content. But there's this particular video you made about something and something stuck with me.
What if I don't remember?
The what?
I don't remember the whatever video you've done or something. I could have just seen your face somewhere. I could have just seen your face. I can find this person. I know this face somewhere.
So why do you want to network with a person?
Because I know that you're an online person and I have something of value that I feel like you might need. Do you understand? Let me paint you a scenario. Let me take you as a celeb that I met at the party. Do you understand? I'm coming as a farmer and a content person. Do you understand? I don't usually come as a content creator because it feels cliche. But I'm coming to you as a farmer and I see you in the party like, hi, yeah, you know right. You first look like say, this person is me. Okay, fine. My name is Dimeji and I've seen your videos somewhere on TikTok. Your videos pop up my timeline a lot. I feel like you're expected to smile at that point here. I'm like, this and this. I admire whatever you do online. And I'm a farmer. I'm a landscape farmer or a backyard farmer. I could help you establish a proper backyard farm, a backyard farm in your house. Do you understand? Where you could eat like homemade vegetables, blah, 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 and this and this. I've pitched myself to you about what you need here. So how could we make that conversation? What could I say or what do I have to do to make that conversation I'm going to have with you, going to make it a tangible one, such that the celeb that I'm meeting, when you leave there, you are either most likely going to save my contact and keep in touch, or you reply my messages when you give me your contact. You know the difference of collect a celeb number. The person you look up to, if you give you your number, obviously you go message 900 times, you will never get a reply.
So now, before you actually walk up to someone offline to say, then that means that you must have researched the person well.
I don't think you have to research the person.
Sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
So see, it is networking.
For
But
someone
then
you want to pitch something to.
Let me pitch another scenario. Sorry, I've never researched. I don't think I've ever researched Don Jazzy before, but I know him. He's very popular.
Okay.
If I see him, I recognize him. That this is boy, and maybe this is boy with this or that.
Personally, for me, I think what I
Not
would do
like-
in that case is have proof of something. Like if you're a backyard farmer or something, I would have like proof of that on my phone, and I want to like show the person that okay, this is something I've done, and I feel like if the person is interested,
What I meant about researching, what I meant about researching was not like researching like you sit down to dig deep into this person. No. You must have watched, so maybe the 1 or 2 videos you might have watched, you would have noticed something. Because for me as a person, if you come to me and tell me, okay, you supply drugs, I'm talking at drugs, I'm the very wrong person to pitch drugs to.
Okay.
Because you see anything that relates to drug in any of my videos. So for someone that wants to pitch farming to me, then I might be maybe someone that takes gym really seriously or someone that takes
I will not agree.
I
with you.
think
I will
LD
not- I
life
will not agree
seriously.
with you there.
Because there are some things you can say you want to try out your luck.
He's not trying out local.
You might say you want to try because when you meet people randomly, you didn't expect you're going to meet them. And you'll be like, oh, I think this is my business. I can actually pitch it to this person.
I think not all networking has to research too, in my opinion.
You know, I said offline networking. You know, I said offline. You're meeting the person face to face. You could bump into the person. The worst, you could be in your beast mode self. Least expecting person. The last person you could even think of. Like, I still using Dojaza as an example because I just watched his in-drive video. He's always still popping in my head. You could be one of those people that just ordered an in-drive and you saw a green G-Wagon come pull you up, Shanks and Dojaza inside.
For me, I'm just going to have proof. Like one thing I'll do is have like some sort of
You're still not giving what I want. I feel like the major thing you need is confidence.
Okay.
It's offline marketing. Even if you are saying rubbish, even if you are selling hard drugs, I'm telling you, there's a way you walk up to whoever you're walking up to, like, hi, my boss, good afternoon, this and this. Look straight into his eyes and let him know this is what you know he does, and this is what you do. And you try to say that, me, I feel like, what the kind of way they do, you need me. Me, I know say you use hard
But you know,
drugs, and I
these
need you to buy
days,
from me.
you know, like how networking is these days, like you still have to be very strategic about it. You can't just be confident.
What I
and
mentioned value the other
like,
time.
go to
I
the
was not
person.
just saying it for saying sake.
But you know,
If
that
you come
value,
to me to pitch me something, if I don't get value
Yes,
from it,
if I can't
you have
see,
not
like,
achieved networking.
anything.
you think I'm not making value with whatever I pitch to you.
You have not achieved
Why?
it because
Why
what
would I
would
be
you pitch?
convinced
Why would you
to do
pitch
backyard
ads?
farming because you're confident?
Abi,
Wait, say it again.
Why would I be convinced to do backyard farming at home?
Because you're
I will
confident.
tell you so many reasons why. That is if the conversation is going already. But if you let me
Okay,
know,
what if it's a scenario where the person doesn't even allow you have this conversation? Like have you not been in cases where like you meet people, you introduce yourself to, they're already giving you like some sort of jiggets? What would you do?
you actually move on in places like that, so you don't look desperate and you're saying your farms in. Do you understand? If you try to offer your value to whoever you're offering, and it seems like whatever you're offering is not what they need, or they're probably not in the same state of mind as.
networking will not be achieved if the person is not getting value. You can do your best by pitching. That's where your confidence and your loudness comes in. Because if you're not loud about what you do, you get nothing.
You know, yeah.
You will not get anything from it. You have to be loud and at the same time confident about what you do. See, the richest people, like very rich people that have money, at least they are the ones that have value to offer. They are the ones that, you see, there's no way you want to do it. You will use their products. Those are very rich people. So you have to be confident. You have to be loud about what you are doing. But you want to network properly. You want to build a sustainable relationship. Then it has to be something the person needs.
No, you agree that
It has to be valuable for the
the
person.
confidence comes first. For the
Yes,
value.
of
Exactly.
course.
So I think
Confidence
that
and being
would-
loud.
that it's not loud, dude. That loud they are using is making it seem somehow.
Loud in the sense that you are really you are really, how do I
About
put
your
it?
hustle,
You are
whatever
really
you're
confident.
in whatever you're doing.
Yes, in what you are doing,
Yeah,
and
this
you're not
brings us
you're not
back to
missing.
the
You're not
first
missing
conversation.
words.
You have to be, like, as a creative, I will always say it, you have to be confident.
You have
like
the
you
gas
don't
music,
like
let's
there's
see, there's something about
there's no
you.
how you can do it. Like, you have to be confident. And I'll always say that confident people win before like shy people. Like when in this
Of
creative,
course, now
like
people that are making it, it's not like they are the best.
every
It's just that they are the
creative out there,
loudest.
yes, they're just loud
And
about
they are
what
the
they
one
do.
with the confidence.
At the end of the
not
day.
like they are best at what they are doing.
Sometimes they don't even know what they are
I'm-
doing like that.
See, when you look at it very well, I might not be how do I put it? I might be known for creating content. And that's because I am loud.
They know you. Yeah, you say they know you. That know you said.
That is because I am loud. If I had just decided to just do my content and not post it, because I post every day, that's part of being loud. I can be confident in what I'm doing.
I posted today.
Tonight, I post at night only. I don't post during the day.
But some that I realize when they go out that way.
I know they.
When they go out, when they go club or all this kind of thing.
No, I did my videos beforehand, so I just know that this one I'm posting it today.
So even if you're in
Tonight.
the club grooving,
Why not? I will upload this.
This kind of people.
Videos will be in your draft. Just press post or
Enter.
upload.
Then you
So
go.
that's just the way it is. You have to be very loud. See, there's nothing for shy people.
Yeah.
There's
3 years
nothing
ago,
for shy
let me
people.
say 3 years ago, I was shy.
When I
But-
change.
But I just told myself that I cannot continue like this. I know how to do many things. I've done videography, I've done photography, I've covered events.
I've done graphic.
I've done so many different things, but it was just like picking crumbs from, I was under people. So it was just like picking crumbs from them. So then I decided that, wait, I can actually get more from all this, my knowledge about this media thingy. So I told myself that I was going to start creating content. I started creating content even when nobody supported or anything. Nobody supported when I started.
And now you support people.
I started and that's where confidence comes in.
Yeah.
You have to
You
be
have
convinced that
to.
you go, you want to, this
You
is
can
what
do-
you want
yes,
to do.
like,
Not like,
there is
Ojabi
no
or
two ways
maybe.
about
There's,
it.
there
You
is
can't
no
be shy,
probability.
I hope you are listening. I
You
hope
can't
someone is
be.
listening.
There is no probability. You are sure that, this is
You
what
can
you
do
want
this
to do.
thing,
Even
yeah.
if it doesn't work in a year, you are sure that it's going to work in 2
You
years.
see that
Even if in
data.
2 years it doesn't work,
You see
in
that
3 years
data.
it's going to work. You are going to eat it hard. So that's where confidence comes in.
Understand.
Nobody
That's-
can help you to be confident unless you tell yourself, I want to be confident, because confidence is a thing of the mind.
I think that's as clear as it can get.
Yes,
That's
you have
as
to be
clear as it can
confident. You have to
You
be
have
loud
to be confident.
about what. For sales,
You
people
see, say she won't talk and
people-
give better. say-
people that do sales. Do you
Wetin
think
your eye go see?
do
Your
you
mouth
think
no
people
go
that
talk
are
am.
shy can be sales
What?
rep?
Like, no.
You
Me, I
know,
even know.
I'm
Like, as
sorry.
a creative,
I
if
say-
you're
I
not
sell-
confident,
I sell-
Oh, that come on, my friend.
Good afternoon, sir. This is what I sell, and I know it's going to be very, very good for
This is
you.
why and
this
why
is,
you need
this
it.
is how you are going to. This is why you need it, and this is how you are going to.
If you use it like
Even
this,
that
you will
one,
be like this
that
all
one
day.
alone gone, the person will be
Yeah.
convinced to an extent that I think I should buy this. Maybe my son would need it, or maybe me myself, or my wife, or my
Or
brother,
someone,
or
your
my
friend.
uncle, or
even
someone
how like
will
you
need it.
edit your videos, there's how like
See,
confidence just plays a
If
part
you are
like in
confident
everything.
and you can sell anything, you can never be broke.
as a UGC creator,
You
you
can
don't
never
even,
be
even if
broke.
you're not talking to the camera, there's how like you shoot your videos, there's how like you put yourself out. If you're confident, you can do it.
It's
If
clear,
you're not,
it's sure. There's no really two ways
Yes,
about
like-
it.
Mhm.
Do you
can
think you can
debate it.
network in market?
I've once networked in a booker. So what's a market that I cannot network?
Actually, what was like the worst place you've networked before?
I think I've actually networked in a market too,
How did
but
it play out for you?
it was just this thing where you're working in the market and you're creating videos on the road and all of that, and then I created video for like this person and I posted it, and then it was like a sewing thing. I bought it, and then people were asking me that, oh, sorry, where did you get your sewing from? And I reached out to the person that, oh, people are asking for your number and all of that, and the woman made like
That's
so many
okay.
sales
That's
customers.
crazy.
So yeah.
So yeah, I think I might have to put an end to this episode quickly. Yeah, it's not a conversation that looks to be ending anytime soon, to be honest. But after this year, I'm just gonna play some games before I let you guys go. Do you understand? But let's round up this conversation first, yeah, because this topic, if you really continue, I honestly have like two key pointers. I know if I say it, nah, we would drag them like something else here. But to whoever is listening here, the next time you really want to reach out, or the next time you think about proper networking, I hope you have this episode as a pointer that our guests Yan Olua and Ariola have helped us to break it down to the barest minimum. So Ariola, last question before I let you go here. Do you think you can network every day? Just put it that way. Do you think you can network every day? Or it's meant to be like reserved for like maybe on some particular days or something?
Personally, for me, no. I do not network every day. Personally, for me. Some people have like the things to do that, but I can't.
Do you think you network every day? Or you think you should? Think I'm well because you get one answer we are defined.
Networking is very important, and like I said, that's what the creative industry thrives on. So networking every day, like every day, the every day is.
I feel like
every day. Nah.
Let me tell you something. It's as important as you are eating, right? Because the next line of action you're going to do your next day, if it involves, aside you waking up, God don't wake you up, bringing as crazy as bringing food on your table the next day, right? Or whatever, or where you're going to, or where you're linking with, or whatever action you're performing the next day or later that night, it still boils down to whoever people you are using or who is in the line of making those things possible. If maybe your friend, say for example, now your guy said you won't go chop. If you didn't reach out to him a day before, you didn't have like a prior conversation, say, "Alpha guy, you did house today." You can show your side. I'm cooking rice, bro. I'm carry chicken, come cook rice. You gotta have that conversation, normal. If you didn't have that prior to that, you just pop up with his house, say, you did house, or you just come the house, na me, but I won't chop. You say you don't miss with that because you didn't tell me before coming.
So you would say that networking is like something you do
every
daily?
Single day. If you are posting videos every single day, then you have to be networking every single day.
Networking is actually very important because even me as a person, I encourage showing up.
Every single day. It's like you're going to play, if you don't want to play football Saturday set.
See, I've gotten a potential client from comment section.
Crazy.
That's how networking works.
Imagine how imagine that day that you didn't just like.
Or you didn't post or anything.
You can't think say networking for today now. Tomorrow you go network.
A comment section. Although I've been practicing this whole thing about engaging with other creators, videos, content, because it is very important. You don't know who your next client might be. You don't know who will see you from
check your
them.
comments, check your page.
And
I see
then
that this person said, "OG,
like,
don't follow you, don't text yourself. Let's do something."
And one that even happened recently, it was I just dropped a random comment. Not like that's why I tell people comment reasonably. Don't just drop anything or just say anything. Comment reasonably, because some people, if you ask youth Gen Zs now, they spend more time in the comment section than the actual video. Because comment section really now is really crazy. It's crazier than the
TikTok comment section is
crazier
than
than
on its own. It's an app.
It's crazier than the original content. So you drop meaningful content and you don't know who will see you from there. You don't know who will pick you up from there, or you don't know who will cite you from there. And that's how much networking.
Some people even became
important.
Content creators through comment section.
Actually,
I don't know if you know this guy. I will always use references because
you've seen it happen.
Yes, I've seen it happen. I don't know if you guys know this. Is it Kole guy on TikTok that has this eye stuff emoji? How I just know that guy is through his comments. He's always commenting.
That's what he does. Just comment.
He literally got popular.
I think
because of his comments.
I saw a comment one day and the person was like, "Kole never reached yet."
Yes, like he literally got popular on TikTok because of his comments. Like if it's not there, people would start saying it that, "Oh, this person is not here yet. This person is not here yet."
And once you comment on that page, that post blows up quickly.
Yes, because it's already recognized and stuff.
The networking doesn't have to be really active. It can be subtle, like this.
It's not one day thing now. Not be one day thing now.
Engaging with people on the comment section in your time. That's why, for me, I take comments really seriously on my videos. If you drop a comment, I'm very well. That one. So if you drop a comment on my video, I'm replying you ASAP as soon as I can.
That's really good. So yes,
that's how.
Drop every single thing you want to see on our page. Comments. But you get the drift now that you really have to network every single day. Every single day.
Yeah.
It's as important as going through your daily activities.
Network every single day.
So if you are seeing this episode here and maybe you are still in doubt about the proper way to network, about healthy networking, about going networking the right way, you see that you're not alone. You see that me and Riola and Yanodua, we did the same dilemma as you are.
If you think it's draining, you're not
it's
alone.
actually not, it's not as easy as we take it to, but it's very, very important. As creatives, if you're in any industry you are in, you are a farmer, you're a doctor, you're a police officer, you're a soldier, you're every single thing, you're a student, you're a teacher, you're a lecturer, you have to network your students are networking the lecturers, the security officer are networking the students, the bike man are networking the students, everybody is networking as because
With
it's
each
really, really
other.
important, because I feel like no man is an island there. Every single thing you do or know, you need interaction of the next person to do whatever you're going to do and to thrive. So I hope we'll be able to do justice to this topic. I know I'm still going to pick up this stuff because I'm still not satisfied as much because the time saving no do us proper.
And tell them to not forget to offer value.
Yeah. Don't just be texting someone. So I hope that maybe when next year I probably texting someone, you have to state your value. Be very
Don't
confident.
be like me.
I don't use ChatGPT. Be authentic. You can use ChatGPT, but yeah, just be very authentic, right? Be
Yeah.
authentic, have value. Make sure you are very, very sure of yourself and you're confident about whatever you have to offer. If you do, then there's only little that could just be hidden away from you. So I think that's it on that episode here. Guys, I hope you keep tuning to this episode or to this podcast. Yeah, and that's it. But before I let my guests go here, let's play a little trivia session now.
Okay.
It's like my favorite part of. Now, we're gonna play a session that is called ranting. Right? 1 minute rant. 60 seconds rant. You have to rant about a particular topic that you feel or you deem is worthy to rant about to you. Do you understand? Then you have 60 seconds to rant about
Oh my
yourself.
God.
And you have to let we, the viewers, see your plight or your, what's the word? Yeah, I think your plight in whatever topic you're ranting about. So who wants to go first? You
I
have
can't even
60
think of
seconds.
anything right now.
I can't think of anything.
You have to think of someone. You have to
God, why
think
do
of
you put me in
something.
hot seat like this?
Just pick a particular topic that doesn't sit well with you. It could
Okay.
be something that it could be a very, very unpopular opinion itself.
House rent in Lagos.
Okay. Have we started?
Yes, I have. Have we not started?
Can we check time for me? Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Start.
Why is it so expensive? Like, I'm finishing school. I want to get a house in Lagos and I'm seeing self-con for 1.5 million naira. Like, why? Please go.
You're not done. 60 seconds. Keep going.
I was very right thinking, why is this so expensive? Like, why is this so freaking expensive?
What kind of
Please.
things do you think makes it expensive?
The houses are even small. They're not even fine. They are ugly. It's not like it's worth it or something. Even the environment. Like, why is the house in here about 1.5 million naira, please? Do you guys want me to show you the house? Like, it's literally like this. And I think agents will collect, if it's not 500k, yes, or something, or 400k, and then you pay 800k for, I don't know. It's too ridiculous. It's stupid. I don't know.
And you're still a student.
And I'm still a student.
You just finished school.
And I just finished school. In fact, I've not finished school.
There's no payments of salary that can afford you that house.
Like, how am I supposed to pay 1.5 for? And I'm in Abeokuta and I pay. It's okay. Yeah. Like, it's something that is happening to me.
do you want to continue?
No, it's
fine. Yeah, over to you.
I really do not know what to say.
No, you must say. You must know what to say. But houses in Lagos, nah, they are overpriced. They are overpriced.
I'll show you there. Don't worry.
Me, I know. House in Yaba. Me, I know. If I show you my own self. Me, I know. Me, I know. Over to you. Think, create, repeat. That's how the ranting will complete 60 seconds. think about like maybe one thing that vexed you go. One very, very uncommon knowledge. Maybe people's crude way of doing things.
Like people dragging you in the comment section.
The way people talk online. Something you just feel like you don't like, but no one sees it.
Okay.
Have you thought about it?
Okay.
You thought about it, Danny?
Yes.
So we're starting now in
Wait.
We are now starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Let's share rant.
Okay, actually, there was a time in my life where I was actively doing mobile videography.
Mm-hmm.
You know, mobile videography is under content creation to an extent. Like, it's like a branch because you create content. You actually create content with mobile video, your videos, your mobile phones, and one of the things that pissed me off while I was doing it was when I would have to go to events and people would, mostly the event planners or vendors, would treat creatives like trash.
Creatives or mobile videographers?
They are also creatives.
No, let's be specific about the kind of creative.
Yeah, mobile videographers, photographers, everybody, videographers, they treat everybody the same way. Even while I was still actively doing photography, you go for events, you'd have to go to the food vendors to beg them for food. And when you get there, they'll say, hey, did you not add you to the list? Or did not consider you? Or something like that. You just have to, at times, you just calm down and say, okay, I think let me just relax. And it got to a point in my mobile videography career where I knew that, okay, if I'm going for an event, I have to carry my food along, or I have to carry my cash along to buy food. Mm-hmm. See, it is crazy. And I know that most mobile videographers can relate to it.
Who did a better rant? Who did a better rant? You guys should be the judge of that.
I did do a better rant.
You guys should be the judge of that. The last thing before I let you guys go here, I want you to give me a hot take. A hot take is just something you stand by, that this is how you see it and it should be like that. A hot take is what you stand by. This is how you see that it should be like that. Example, I would say most marriages right now are under pressure.
Okay.
That's what I think. Do you agree with me?
Okay.
Do you agree with me?
Kind of.
It's not really because of love. I feel like there's the external pressure. So this person not mine. We'll do our marriage too.
I have one that is as regards this, but I don't know. In case it's bad, cut it out.
Okay, let's go.
People marry now for sex, like virgins or pastors in church.
You marry for sex?
Yes, in the sense that they've been wanting to have sex and stuff, and they can't do it because of God said so in the Bible and all of that.
She's just married. She's just a pound woman.
No. So like the reason they rushed into the marriage is